I've been to 3 Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreats. My first retreat was in Antalya, Turkey. Then I went to London in the UK. The last retreat I attended was in Vienna, Austria. By the time I attended my first Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreat, I had already been doing Joe Dispenza's meditations for several months, and my body was already 90% healed, despite every doctor telling me that what I suffer from is incurable. And I also 5x'd my income from $1,000 a month to $5,000 a month, and yet attending the other 2 retreats completely changed my life. And there are some things that I just wish I had known before I attended my first, and then also my second and my third Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreat. And that's why in today's video I want to share the 7 secrets of Joe Dispenza's advanced retreats that most people don't tell you. And I also reveal countless personal experiences I had during these retreats that blew my mind and shifted my level of consciousness, how one mystical experience allowed me to let go of years of unprocessed trauma and elevated me to the frequency of pure love, and what exactly happened during one of the retreats that allowed me to make the jump from $10,000 to $20,000 in monthly income. What I'm about to share with you now sounds way too crazy for 99% of people in this world, but it actually happened. And I had a rough start in life. I was born with a congenital heart defect. I had several heart surgeries as a baby and as a teenager, but that's not all. I also had a twin brother who died shortly after birth, and for the longest time I wasn't even aware of the fact that this is a trauma that I had to heal. But then at the very first Joe Dispenza advanced retreat that I attended in Antalya, Turkey, I was spiritually and emotionally ready to heal this trauma. And that's when I had a mystical experience that I also talked about in a specific video that I will link to at the end of this video. But to give you a brief explanation of what happened, I had a very lively conversation with my twin brother who came down to me from the spirit realm. We talked about why he had to go and just about everything. But my first initial reaction when I had this mystical experience was not this. This is so beautiful. It looked more like this. What the hell is happening? In his book Becoming Supernatural, Joe Dispenza shares the following powerful intention. The doors of dimension open to me so I may experience the mystical. That's great, but what if you're not ready for the mystical? What if, when it happens, you're gonna freak out? I mean, in every Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreat that I attended, he jokes about this, where he says that people want the mystical, and when the mystical finds them, then they react like this. Ha, 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 ha. And this leads us directly to the first secret that I wish I had known before I attended my first Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreat. Your first mystical experience can feel quite overwhelming unless you do what I did. So what did I do? After my initial shock when I saw my twin brother, as he would have looked like if he hadn't died, I remembered what Joe Dispenza shared with me. I surrendered, I let go. I allowed myself to have this experience, knowing that it would be beautiful and good for me. And by the way, we were non-identical twins, just in case you were about to say, maybe you just saw yourself in the meditation, humph. Oh no, it was a profound mystical experience. It opened my heart in a way that I had never experienced before, and I felt love in a way that was so intense that, yeah, it was overwhelming in a positive way, but an incredibly beautiful experience. And that's why I want you to remember the following 3 key elements in case you have a mystical experience during a Joe Dispenza advanced retreat. Surrender, let go, relax into it. There's nothing to be afraid of. It will be a beautiful experience. Now, what if I told you that I've never written down a single word that Joe Dispenza said during the 3 week-long advanced retreats I attended? Please don't tell him, this stays between us. Before I attended my first week-long advanced retreat, I had a choice to make. Do I write things down or do I not write things down? I chose to not write anything down that Joe Dispenza said because I wanted to focus 100% of my attention on him and on the present moment. However, you might want to make a different choice, and that's okay. But in the end, I still wrote stuff down, just not what Joe Dispenza said. And this leads us to the second secret that I want to share with you. You need to be prepared to write down a lot, but it's not what you're thinking. In his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Joe Dispenza reminds us that our purpose is to remove the mask that blocks the flow from divine intelligence from the universe. Hey, that's me! That's exactly why I fully immersed myself in every meditation during the retreat. I did my best to let go and to surrender more than ever before. I wanted to connect with the unified field. I did everything in my power to really see and feel the future I wanted to create. The result? I received countless direct downloads directly from the field. Product ideas, business ideas, ideas how I can take my income to the next level. In fact, there were so many direct downloads flowing into my consciousness that it was hard to keep up, and that's why I decided to do this. The moment I received a direct download in the form of an idea or an insight, I wrote it in a note on my phone. I did this during meditations and after meditations. I made sure that I wrote down every idea and every insight because it was valuable information directly from the field. So be prepared to write down everything that the universe provides you with, because you don't want to miss out on the one idea that will completely change your life. The next secret I'm about to share with you has to do with something that I was terribly afraid of before my first Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreat. And yes, I was already 90% healed before I attended my first advanced retreat. My nerve damage was basically completely gone. However, I was still suffering from hypertonic pelvic floor syndrome, which means my pelvic floor was really tight, and when I did meditations at home, I always had to stretch after sitting for 1 hour. And when I heard about the 3 to 4 hour pineal gland meditation, my first initial reaction was this. Oh God, oh God, oh God. But then I remembered how Joe Dispenza always says that we can be supernatural and that we can make the impossible possible, just like I did it with every aspect of my life. And that's why I decided to go to the event despite my concerns, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made for myself. And this leads us to secret number 3. You don't have to be afraid of the 4-hour pineal gland meditation, because I was able to do it as well. And here's why you for sure don't want to miss out on the pineal gland meditation. In his book Becoming Supernatural, Joe Dispenza shares that an activated pineal gland draws energy from the field through the top of the head into the body. He also writes that this energy center has the power to transduce information into vivid imagery. So yes, the pineal gland meditation can be truly powerful, but maybe you are afraid that you can't sit for too long. It will be too painful for you. You have to pee during the meditation. Don't worry, if you really have to pee, then you can leave the room. And I still remember how bad I had to pee after my first pineal gland meditation. I felt like Frank Drabin in the original Naked Gun movie. Do, 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 lo, 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 lo. I had to piss like a racehorse and stretch like an Olympic athlete, but I did it, and you can do it as well. Now I'm going to admit something very personal. It's something that I just can't stand, and I've been struggling with it for all my life. And the universe is kind enough to show it to you. Here it is! I just can't stand that thing, and one of the reasons why I wanted to become an entrepreneur and of course financially free was because I no longer wanted this thing in my life. I always struggled falling asleep when I knew that I just had to get up at a certain time with an alarm clock, and it always ended up like this. Okay, 8 more hours until I have to get up again. Sleep, Sebastian, sleep. That's why the thought of waking up at 6 a.m. or even 4 a.m. for a pineal gland meditation was incredibly stressful for me. But I went to the event anyway because I thought to myself, what's the worst thing that can happen? Huh? What time is it? It's way too early for me. But you have to remember what Joe Dispenza says in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. In his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Joe Dispenza reminds us that every morning our senses plug us into the same predictable reality. That's why I was ready to change some aspect of myself in the morning, no matter how early it was. And this leads us to secret number 4. You will be surprised at how alert you can be at 6 a.m. in the morning or even at 4 a.m. Before my first week-long advanced retreat, I was convinced that I would look like this throughout the whole retreat. What's happening? But what actually ended up happening was this. Leroy Jenkins. Throughout the whole retreat, I was fully present at 6 a.m. in the morning, motivated to change my life and ready to meditate. However, I have to admit something, and no, I'm not particularly proud of it, but well, it's the truth. During the last of the 3 Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreats that I attended, there was one day where I was really tired in the afternoon, and I then skipped one lesson to enjoy a 2-hour nap. But then after that nap, I was ready to meditate again. Now, what if I told you that at the start of my first Joe Dispenza week-long advanced retreat, I was in a state of shock? Because I was so excited. I was so excited about creating a mind movie during the event. I had already created one at home, but I just wanted to do it in this atmosphere. And that's when Joe Dispenza announced that this will be the first week-long advanced retreat where we don't do the mind movie. And all I wanted to do in this moment was this. No. But then I thought to myself, well, let's stay positive. Maybe here's something else planned. And that's exactly what happened. And this leads us to secret number 5. Joe Dispenza always prepares something new, so make sure that you expect the unexpected. I don't even remember if it was the second or the third retreat I attended, but I think it was the second one where he introduced the kaleidoscope meditation. And this was an incredibly powerful experience because throughout the whole meditation I was doing this. And remember, in order to become a powerful manifester and also in order to be perfectly prepared for your first Joe Dispenza advanced retreat, you have to jump in the unknown, because in his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Joe Dispenza invites us to leave the how details to the unpredictable quantum field. In the same way, I invite you to leave the what details to the unpredictable Dr. Joe. What meditations will we be doing? What new things does he have planned? What will the schedule look like? Where will the walking meditation happen? The unpredictable Dr. Joe has the same power to surprise you as the quantum field, so make sure that you're open to whatever you will experience during the retreat. I am 100% convinced that it will be a wonderful experience. And if you're already excited for your first Joe Dispenza advanced retreat, then you can let me know in the comments below, and you can also share in the comments below what you expect from the retreat or what thoughts you have about the retreat. I would love to read your comments, and I promise that I will reply to them. Now imagine if I told you that I'm meditating 10 hours every day. how would you feel? What would your first initial thought be?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And no, I'm not meditating 10 hours a day. I'm meditating around 2 hours a day. And just imagine what meditating 10 hours a day would mean for you. No time for a relationship, no time for a job or business, no time for friends, no time for yourself. That's why Dr. Joe said the following words during one of the advanced retreats I attended. I want you to keep one foot in the spiritual realm and one foot in the physical realm. So yes, it's good to do what Joe Dispenza describes in his book Evolve Your Brain. It's good to break away from your daily routine and to spend time alone to go within, but you can also overdo it. And that's why it's important that you don't torture yourself when you ask somebody at the advanced retreat how many hours a day they meditate, because you'll hear,
I'm meditating 2 hours a day. I'm meditating 6 hours a day. Oh shit, I'm not doing enough.
And this leads us directly to secret number 6. Make friends, but don't let them guilt trip you into believing that you are not doing enough. I hate to say it, but for some people it seems to be a competition of who meditates the most and who meditates more. And this is pure vanity. Here's the simple rule I follow. I meditate as often as my schedule allows without neglecting my relationship, my friends, and my business. As soon as I get the feeling that the act of sitting down to meditate turns into a stressful experience, I know that I'm overdoing it. As soon as I get the feeling that I'm losing momentum, I know that it's time for another meditation. Follow this simple rule and you'll meditate with the right intensity, frequency, and purpose to draw all your desires to you. Now there's just one more secret to reveal, and it has to do with this. But, what will the other people around me think? Well, Francois says, screw them. And Herbert says, it is not relevant, it is irrelevant. In his book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, Joe Dispenza describes the meditative process as losing your mind and creating a new one. And to be honest, it doesn't matter if some people at the advanced retreat think that you've lost your mind or that you have a screw loose, because you might be doing one of the following things during your meditations. You might smile like a maniac, you might cry uncontrollably, you might start shaking a bit.
Shake it like a salt shaker.
This leads us to the very important last secret that I wish I had known before I attended my first Joe Dispenza advanced retreat. You'll have the most amazing meditations when you don't worry about how silly you look. And yes, I admit it, the first couple of meditations I was too self-conscious for my own good. Oh my god, I am in a room with more than 1,000 people. What if I look silly? What if I shake? What if I fart? Here's the truth. When you relax into the moment and let go of attachment to what others think, you will experience your most transformative meditations. That's when you're in the zone and in such a flow state that sending the intention into the field and drawing the experience back to you with the elevated emotion will be so easy for you. And keep in mind that there are a lot of other participants at the week-long advanced retreat who might be even more self-conscious than you. So make sure that you enjoy every meditation to the fullest. And if you're also ready to draw more abundance to you, opportunities for new income sources, for promotions, or you want to take your business to the next level without working harder in the physical realm, then I invite you to go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/abundance or to click on the first link in the description to find out more about my 8-week one-on-one coaching program, the Abundance Reality Shift Coaching Program. And on this page, you can watch countless video testimonials from clients who have already completed the program and completely transformed their realities. And as promised, I'm now gonna link to the video in which I share the exact mystical experience I had with my twin brother and how this experience healed me on so many levels. And that's why I invite you to watch this video next.